All right, good morning, guys. So today is Thursday. It is Thursday. I am, getting myself situated for the work day. I have got to have my drink. What is this? Oh, okay. My daughter bought a pizza. I'm sitting there looking at trying to figure out what was in that bowl. All right, I've got to drink my morning medicine tonic. I'll share that with you in just a minute. Um, the way I do it, don't laugh. I know it's extra, but that's what I do. I have been drinking coffee this week, and it's not been decaf, so it's not been a good thing. I can feel myself not. Wait a minute. I keep plastic cups in here, and so I just wanted to grab one. Put me some orange juice in. I don't drink orange juice all the time, but on occasion I'll drink some. It is good for blood pressure. Um, so I do drink it sometime, but it's not good for acid reflux. So you kind of have to pick and choose your battle. So I'll drink it sometimes, not all the time, because it does tend to give me a little reflux, but it's I used to literally drink orange juice every day. Like that was probably my drink of choice was orange juice. And I went to the doctor one time because I kept having heartburn. And this was back when I was probably in my early 30s. And I kept having heartburn. So I went to the doctor and she told me it was because I was, I had acid reflux. She prescribed me some Protonics for, I don't think it might have been Pepcid, but she prescribed it for a short period. Took that, it went away. She told me to quit drinking orange juice all the time. So since then, I've not really drank it much. I kind of drink it here and there. Just when I feel like I need that extra boost, I'll, buy me a bottle of orange juice and, drink it slowly, not as quickly as I used to. So, anyway, I told you guys I keep water. So in the mornings, I try to make sure I get myself well hydrated. This is the drink. I think I did a short on this. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I did, but you'll see it. It'll come up on the video on the channel. But this is just a bottle. And I just keep filling it up with my filtered water. And I add cucumber, a garlic clove, lemon. What else is in here? Cayenne pepper. And I think that's it. And I take, and ginger. And I take like a shot of it every morning. And because of the garlic, I do chase it with lemon. I'll either, bite a lemon slice or just kind of squirt that in my mouth. I know it is what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Ooh. It's not the best tasting stuff, but it's good for your body. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Oh. We're gonna do one more. Because of course the lemon just takes over. So you don't taste anything but lemon. All right, so I do that in the mornings. Ooh. I normally fix me a cup of coffee, but like I said, I've been drinking coffee every morning and I'm kind of feeling the effects of it. So I'm gonna try to drink tea, and then if I still want coffee, I'll have coffee after tea. Um, and because I wanted to show you guys how I've started making my coffee. It is so good. It is just like Starbucks. When I tell you guys it's just like Starbucks, it really is. Um, okay, and then what's the next thing that I wanted to share with you this morning? Oh, I did exercise. So I did want to tell you, I read somewhere that even if, because I'm still not back in shape yet. I'm not horribly out of shape, but I'm out of shape. And so I read somewhere where even if you just do 5 or 10 minutes a day, there's a 15 or 20, it's a 20-minute workout. I think it's a 20-minute workout, but I think 15 minutes was a recommended workout time. So the article said basically that even if you can't push yourself to do 10 or 15 minutes of workout, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes is better than nothing. So what I do now to kind of build up my endurance again is, and I'll share my workout with you guys. I have like a little workout area upstairs, and I have a bike, a treadmill, and like hand weights, and my yoga mat, because that's about all I do. I do yoga. I used to be really strong, heavy into yoga, but now it's just kind of hit and miss. I try to stretch, but I'm not as flexible as I used to be because I kind of got slack and stopped stretching. So I'm trying to get back in the habit of doing that. So anyway, what I try to do now to get myself to kind of build my endurance is I'm trying to I ride my bike for 5 minutes, because that's about, usually here lately, that's about all I can get is 5 minutes. And I'm like, it's burning my legs and everything. But I will say today I could have went longer, but I didn't. But 5 minutes is what I've been doing to build my endurance back up. And then I'll get on the treadmill for 5 or 10 minutes. And that's kind of what I've been doing. On my bike, I also have the stretch bands on my bike. So I do that as well. I do like 12, 10, 12, I'm all wrong. I do 20 of those when I'm riding as well. So that's what I've been doing to kind of get myself back in the habit of working out, because I know that at my age, I do need to be doing that. So now, what I'm going to do now is make me some tea. And my little setup is over here, and it's a hot mess. I'll show y'all, but don't laugh, because it's a hot mess. We haven't figured out what we're going to do to this area right now. But right now, this is what I have. That's like my little tea area. Those are all like things that my husband got from his cousin in New York, sent these. So this is like some cinnamon, and this one is malby. But we've got some different little herbs over here. Over here we've got container of herbs. These are what is this? The star anise. I've got some elderberry back here. Whole elderberry, and I can't remember what these are. What is this? Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head. I thought I put the sticker on here. It may be, I can't remember. I don't want to sit and just be waiting to tell y'all, but I can't remember what it is. I have to ask my husband to see if he remembers. But these are all things you can make tea. And then we have the packets here that we use, and then just the extra box, and this is ginger and turmeric tea. And so what I'm gonna make today is I'm gonna do lemon ginger honey crystals. This one is really my favorite. I do this one in the mornings. That's usually the one that I'm going to for sure use. And I'm thinking hibiscus. I might mix it with hibiscus. So this is what I'm going to use this morning. Okay, and so I'm going to put some water. Some more water. And this water is good. I put it in here yesterday because I made my clove tea as well, which I'll add I think I'm going to do just little short videos to show you guys how I make stuff like that. But I saw that the clove tea is very good for digestion and a lot of other things. So I started making that, and I started making the clove tea, and so I drink that at night before I go to bed. And this is the clove tea that's in there, and you just steep the cloves. You know, I steep mine for like 24 hours, and then that's my tea. And I just have a little cup of it every night. Well, usually I'll do a couple nights a week. I usually don't do every night. And I say that because they recommend that you not do it too often. So I try not to do it every night, but I do. I do add it to my little regimen now. And this is the mug I used last night. So I am going to add in my tea bag. And then these are crystals. Okay, Tyler, he wanting to go back outside. And I'm still going to add just a little bit of honey. I have to remember where I put it. And the hibiscus is also good for blood pressure. And I just put like not even well, it might be about a teaspoon of honey in here. And then I need to put the rest of these dishes in the dishwasher. And then I'm going to start the dishwasher because it's ready to go after I put these in there. All right, let me let him out real quick. Okay, and he's already been out, but that little joker, he can go out a million times in a day just to be out there. All right. The orange juice, I just kind of pour a cup and sip on it throughout the day. And that's how I do with my orange juice now. And see, my stomach, guys, my stomach was, I'm going to see if I can give y'all an example. It was like that. I had love handles. It was getting out of control. And so I started doing my drink religiously that I made. Well, actually, I started back doing the drink because it had been a while. So I started back doing my drink. The drink that I drank just a little bit ago. I started back doing that. And then I added in the clove tea. And I've noticed such a difference. I have been pooping out of control like 2, 3, 4 times a day. Yes. And my stomach is starting to come back because I have never had a stomach. Like, I've got 3 children, guys, that I birthed, and I never had a stomach. And the last menopause, everything went out of whack. Menopause, everything went out of whack. When I tell you, and so now I'm just trying to, and I don't put much water in my tea because to me it makes it easier to drink when I have less to drink. And it's not because it's nasty or anything, but just because um, most of the time I make tea is for medicinal reasons or what have you. So I want to drink it. I don't want to waste it, And so I feel like if I have too much liquid, that most of the time I'm going to waste some of it. And so, well, I would previously. It was like I would end up wasting some of my tea because I think I'm gonna put turmeric. I was trying to debate on turmeric or cinnamon. I put cinnamon in my coffee. So how about we do turmeric for our tea? Which I have some turmeric tea, but I did not use. I guess I could add it. I think I'm gonna add it. I got some turmeric in there, but I don't feel like looking for it when I have a perfectly good tea bag that I could use with turmeric. Here we go. This one is a turmeric blend. So we're going to put this one in just so that we have some anti-inflammatory in here as well. All right, so I'll let my tea seep. And then I will, and while we're doing that, I can go ahead and get these dishes. And I just kind of stir a little bit just to make sure those crystals have dissolved. And the honey. Alrighty, so we're gonna just let that steep and then we're gonna get to these dishes. Alright, and since I'll be putting them in the dishwasher, I hope you guys can see. You don't need to see everything, but I did want to kind of go into a conversation about what's going on in the country. What's the climate of America right now? What you guys feel about it? Like it just seems to be spiraling out of control, doesn't it? But it's like I told my husband. I said I was saying that before, which I'm sure a lot of people were. I'm sure I'm not like the brain, the only person that thought about it. But I said when Trump was in office before, he said that he basically said that he was going to be a dictator if he got back in office. So I don't know why anybody's surprised at that. He said that he would be the last president. So it's just so many things behind that to where it's like, I don't know. I guess I'm not sure what made people feel like it was a good idea to put someone back in office that caused the insurrection, tried to go up against their own government. I'm not really sure, but we're here now, and there's nothing you can do about it outside of ride it out. So that's kind of how I look at it. Just ride it out. Do the best you can. Do what you need to do, to provide for your family. Meaning that, a lot of people that haven't been working and that were able to get a lot of benefits and stuff, a lot of them now may have to return to the workforce. You know, But to me, I mean, if you know anything about the government or whatever, you know that Republicans, for one, have never been real big on all of the entitlements, as they call them. They never been big on the welfare, SNAP, or food stamps. They've never been big on that, especially not you know for people of color in particular. So for me, it's kind of a no brainer that it was going to eventually come to this. It's unfortunate for those who've gotten, dependent on the system, but this is the reality of it, I did see that, or they're talking about, I don't know, it's been so much different talks. Like, I know I saw that they're talking about, or they may have already did, but that they were going to stop people being able to buy like potato chips and sodas and things like that on food stamps. Um, I can't say that I'm opposed to that because it will at least encourage a healthier lifestyle. Those things are bonus, items that if you can buy, being, having to purchase it with your own money may not be a bad idea. So I don't, or not being able to get it if you don't have the money to buy it. I don't think those are bad ideas because the food that isn't good for you anyway. So that shouldn't cause a ruckus, I would think. I'm sure it will, but it shouldn't. A lot of able-bodied Americans are not going to be able to, continue to get food stamps, and or I think the housing benefits too, like Section 8 stuff like that. I think those are gonna the criteria for that. I think is changing too. So hey, I'm not mad at it myself, only because, and I can say that, and I say that because I was once on the system. When I had my daughter, I was 22 when I had her, and my oldest daughter. And like I said, I have 3 children. So the oldest one I had her, I was 22, and when I had her, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do with my life. I knew I had a good job. I was into store management, and so we were good on as far as my having a job and stuff. Once I started working with retail, things got pretty, it was pretty stable for us. But we've gotten food stamps, of course. I have, I did get Medicaid, of course, when I was with her. When I had her, I had Medicaid, I had WIC. Let's see, what else? Yeah, and I had applied for Section 8. And so I was utilizing the system. But the difference was I utilized it until I could get on my feet, So I did have those things. And then as soon as I started getting into retail leadership, then we just had health insurance, and so it transitioned to health insurance. But then I ended up getting my Section 8, which I have to tell you the story about that. Let me know if you want to know, and we can go through the story of that. But I ended up getting my Section 8, and so we got a place with that. I had my son and my oldest daughter. We got us a nice house with Section 8, and I started going to nursing school. Well, first, I was doing management, store management in the mall and at a popular store, Claire's, if you guys know. I was a store manager at Claire's. They wanted me to go into district manager training, but right at the time that they asked me to do that, um, I had decided to go to nursing school. First, I was in school. I was going to try to go to law school. It was just too much. And so it was just too many steps and stuff involved in it. And so someone approached me about the nursing program. And I was like, it was like a no brainer. Like I didn't even have to think about it. It was like, yeah, I can do that. That would sound a much better way, down my alley. And I wasn't thinking about the money because I didn't know anything about, what nurses made or anything like that. I was just looking at it as a good profession, something that I could see myself doing because I like helping people. And so I went and applied for the nursing program, did my prerequisites, and got into the nursing program. And once I got into the nursing program, I tried to step down with Claire's, but it just didn't. It was too much. So I went to just working PRN, which is as needed at a nursing home. And I just went through nursing school. And I kept my Section 8 until I finished nursing school. And when I finished nursing school, it wasn't long after that I ended up meeting my husband and first husband, and we got married and all that good stuff. And so with that, I let my Section 8 go, and we just lived from there, off my income, his income. And so, yeah. So that's why I'm not opposed to anyone getting help from the system or whatever, because that's what it's there for. It's there to help you. And I definitely used it to help me. And so I don't knock anyone, getting the help if they need it. But my thing is, don't abuse it, because it's like with anything. When people start abusing it, then it becomes a problem. And people want to start regulating it, changing the rules, all that good stuff. And so I feel like that's basically, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm out of breath because I have not rested. I have not sat down since I worked out. So I'm still kind of, winded and hot from that. But it's all good. I feel fine. Oh, yeah, that's good. And this is how it looks. It's pretty dark, like a dark reddish color. So that's why I don't knock people for being on the system or needing to be on the system, anything like that, because, honey, I've been there. So I know what it's like. Like I said, my thing is don't get stuck on it. It's the getting stuck on it or dependent on it that makes it a problem. And so that's kind. Sorry, guys. But that's my opinion on that. So I just feel like, Just got to do the best you can now. Try to get through it. You know, it's 4 years. Hopefully, the 4 years, once they're over, things can kind of get back to, you know, more of what we're used to as far as the country and, you know, climate in the country. Um, but everything's kind of out of whack right now. You know, I've started investing in stocks a while back. I think I've always had 401k whenever it was offered for any employer, but I started actually investing in stocks on Robinhood, and then kind of bumping up my portfolio, you know, with my work 401k. I started doing those things a few years ago, probably about 3 years ago. Robinhood maybe about 4 years now, but let me get him. He out there disturbing the peace. He like to go out there and bark and carry on, y'all. He is just, he be talking junk. That's what I be saying. Tyler go outside and talk junk. He don't want no birds in the yard. He don't want, if it's a bird in the yard, my baby got to go out and patrol for as long as I let him stay out there and bark at every corner. I be like, them birds be sitting on the fence. I said they be laughing at Tyler because they just be looking at him. And I'm like, my poor baby, leave my baby alone. So I feel like they be out there teasing him. But yes, I'm definitely. Oh, I got rust getting on my. That rust getting on my darn ice cream scoop. But darn. I mean, I got like 3 others, but this is like one of my favorite. It's a little bit on there. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up how to. I know I got something I got saved that to tell me how to get rid of that, but I have to look it up. But if you know, you can leave it down in the comment section in case I hadn't figured it out by the time this video goes up. Oh yeah, I got this I need to dump. And these gotta be trashed. Leftovers. But yeah, that's how I see the whole situation now with all the changes. Like, there's nothing nobody, what can you really do about it? Sit and worry and stress over it. There's no point in doing all that. Get you and your family in order. I don't know how this gonna sound because the darn microphone was inside my shirt. I may end up having to get rid of all that footage I just did. But anyway. But if you are affected by it, I would definitely say my heart goes out to you for one, but for two, you know, go talk to them, see what your options are. I'm thinking they should at least give you a chance. I think they said, did they say like you would get 3 months before they cut it off? I think. In that 3 months, I would stockpile on stuff that necessities, things that are survival food, which is another video that I want to do. It's kind of share with you guys because we've been like buying little stuff over the years that will go towards, if something happened. I'm not going all out. Like, I'm not doing a whole bunch of prep, as they say. I'm not doing that because I don't think it's ideally anything can happen, and it not even play out the way everybody's thinking it's going to play out. And I just don't feel like I want to be in that situation to where I have all this stuff and it's just there to be part of history as this person was trying to prepare for the worst, or whatever. I'm not in the business of that, but I do feel like there are some things that you should purchase or whatever, or keep on hand, like rice and beans. Those are staple foods that you're going to need to have on hand. So, stockpile, buy quite a bit of that. Buy your flour, cornmeals. Learn to buy meat substitute type stuff like wheat gluten, and learn how to cook with that stuff, just so in hard times that if you feel like you need meat and you going crazy because you need meat and can't get meat, then you make your own, make a substitute. That's my thought. So for me, I buy those things and I learn how to cook vegan dishes, because if it comes down to it, meat is going to be the one thing you're not going to have access to. Meat, of course, dairy, those things. So learn what you can do to get around those particular things. Learn how to, buy stuff like heavy whipping cream so that you can make butter and you can make ice cream, something that your family, you're still going to want to have stuff. You're still going to want to be able to eat things and stuff like that you like sometimes. It may not be all the time, but, so that's my thoughts on it. If you can buy you some chickens to raise, do that. I say we live in an HOA, but I hate to think that if times get bad, honey, we're going to have us some chickens right on back there. And HOA just has to be what HOA? You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at that. You got to do what you got to do to survive without hurting someone else. Do what you can do for your family. And that's how I look at it. Because ideally, there's nothing we can do about what decisions he makes, what decisions actually go through, which ones don't. We don't really have any control over that at this point. He was voted in, and now we just have to deal with the repercussions of that. And so it's definitely not affecting just us. And that to me is the biggest thing. Lord, I'm letting my broccoli go to the bed, y'all. I'm getting ridiculous. I'm getting so ridiculous at this point. I'm starting to be sick of myself. And this is my green juice that I made. I only ended up with this one bottle. So I just been sipping on it. Goodness, this is getting ridiculous. I hate to waste stuff. Oh my gosh, that tears my nerves up. So anyway, we're going to, I'll pick, we'll reconvene a little later. Maybe. I may just let this be it. But this was just kind of like my morning routine. I'm sorry, this refrigerator is kind of messy. So I just wanted to it's messy. It's a hot mess right now. But I did at least want to get it somewhat organized. I got this whole bag of grapes that I need to wash and put in a container. I actually might try to do that today, right now. Well, we'll wait. We'll wait and do that. We'll wait. But anywho, that I just wanted to kind of pop on while I was making my tea and share that with you guys. You know, just kind of chit chat with you a little bit. But I'm gonna start this dishwasher and get ready to do some work. And then I'll pop back on a little bit later. Maybe it'll be in this video. It may end up in another video. I'm not sure. It depends on what I'm doing when I pick the camera up again. But anyway, this one's been probably long enough. Oh yeah, this is like 40 minutes. So yeah, anywho, that was all I wanted to talk to you guys about this morning. We'll reconvene a little later when I get ready to make myself some lunch or something. But otherwise, you guys have a wonderful day. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Try not to think too much into the stuff that's going on, because there's nothing that, you know, any of us can do about it. Even with the diversity, what is it? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI. That's really nothing. I mean, what are you going to do about that either? That's going to affect, you know, not just Black people. That's affecting disabled people, women, the LGBTQ community. So, you know, all of that is more affected actually than we are. So that's why I'm like, honey, just it's nothing you can do about it. Just let it go. You know, just follow what's going on, be aware of what's going on so that you know how to move in terms of how your family needs to move. But the main thing is to make sure you guys have food, make sure you have little supplies, you know, for power outage, maybe look into getting your generator, get it, like look into water filter, you know, as far as a portable water filter, so that you can filter water if you had to. There's a man on social media. I think my husband showed me, he on TikTok, and he's showing people how to keep from getting your water turned off. Yeah, look that up if y'all interested. He on TikTok, honey. That's that thing right there. I said, I know that that's got to be a crime, but he don't care, honey. He is showing you how to prevent them from ever turning your water off. So I'm like, hey, when times get hard, people doing what they got to do. So my thing is to don't go out buying a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff. These people trying to get you to buy stuff that's not really necessary. I wouldn't do that unless you just have the extra money. But the main things are to make sure your family has food, maybe buy MREs. But like I said, rice, beans, hey, it's a lot of cultures that's all they eat. So yeah, look at stuff like that, and then yeah, we just have to hope and pray for the best. So we'll do some more videos maybe like this. I'll share with you guys some of the things that I've purchased, and yeah, we'll go from there. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I know it was just like a little random video, but I hope you enjoyed it, giving you a chance to kind of get familiar with me and things like that. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye. I know you couldn't see the top of my head. Bye.